Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia and I'm here with another episode of Ozmafia. Last time Axel told us to bring him to the place where we first remember waking up, and we did, and now he's interrogating us because he doesn't believe us. Apparently, oh wait, yeah.
他のファミリーの手先でないことは理解した。それでも僕は。
What is that? There was a sudden explosion. A shockwave erupted behind them, strong enough to make their hair fly back and pin their clothes to their body.
なんだ?
You tell me. Several... What? Why have... this would, of course, be a setup for attack, but why? Several figures were outlined in the white smoke. A familiar man stepped out from among them. You...
久しぶりだな、獲物。
Mr. Caesar.
俺の名を覚えていたか?
Caesar snorted and unfastened another sword. He switched from wielding a single longsword to dual-wielding blades, pointing them both at Fuka.
その身、今日こそ手に入れる。そうはさせない。
Axel raised his shotgun and moved between them to protect her.
多勢に無勢だ。おとなしく去ればいいものを。殺せ。
At Caesar's command, the other men charged forward. Do you realize we're in a slim-ass alleyway and he has a freaking shotgun? He could probably take you all out in one shot. You do not understand how shotguns work, apparently. Or maybe video games has changed how I see how shotguns work. I don't know. Axel snapped his gun into a firing position and pulled the trigger. He missed the man he'd been aiming for, but the blast chopped into the support of a nearby awning. Within seconds, it had collapsed into the alleyway, briefly stalling their attackers' advance. Is that why you have a shotgun instead? Oh my god. Huh? But Mr. Axel. But... Okay. Scarlet, where are you?
覚悟ならいつだってできている。これが僕の役割だ。
Once I get back to the plaza, I just follow the red brick road. Fuka was running just like she had on that fateful day, fleeing the exact same man from the exact same place. But unlike that fateful day, now she was familiar with the streets and people she passed. Even if she stayed, there was nothing she could have done in that situation. She would only have made things harder for Axel. I have to tell someone. I have to let them know, and soon. I'm sure Mr. Karami and the others will be able to do something. Axel's dying! Mr. Karamiya, Mr. Kirie! Help! Funny you mentioned that. He's not chasing me, but Mr. Axel. Mr. Caesar is after Mr. Axel. Yeah. Yes, he said he'd hold them off so I could get away. You either have really high trust in Axel, or you're going back, but what about Mr. Axel? But he was outnumbered. If we don't hurry, he'll... Putting up a good fight. Mr. Karamiya. Huh? Huh?
野良狼らしく森の中でおとなしくしていてくれればいいんですけどね。
They were in the office in the back of the mansion. They spread a map out on top of the big table in the center of the room. Fuka and Kirie were sitting around the table, across the table from Karamiya. Attack on Titan! Or actually, it looks like It looks like the town of beginnings in Sword Art Online with the giant tower leading up to the next floor. Maybe that's what the tower is there for. The scouts are reporting they couldn't find Axel, so he's not there. Hey, it's a castle. I'm assuming this is their mansion. That looks like where Scarlet would live. No, was he kidnapped?
おそらくはこの森の中にでしょう。
You guys are oddly calm about this. Did I click the right button?
地図の通り、この町は円形の壁に囲まれている。その壁の外にある森に住んでいるのがウォールフ玩具だ。連れ去るなら森かスラム街だな。
Oh, so these areas, the slums?
この町に住んでいるすべての人がファミリーによる支配制度を受け入れているわけではないんです。非支配階級を嫌がる自由人のためにと作られたのがその灰色の地区。今では立派な犯罪者養成エリアですけどね。
俺たちの喧嘩相手はライバルファミリーだけじゃないってことだ。小競り合いの相手はスラム街出身のやつの方が多いしな。
町自体に嫌気をさして出ていった人間で構成されている無法集団。それがシーザー率いるウォールフ玩具です。もっともシーザー自身はどこからやってきたかは不明ですけどね。シーザーの活動範囲を考えれば森が妥当でしょう。川や湖に沈められていなければですけどね。
Sleepy.
お嬢さんがいるんだ。言葉を慎めって。さて、飯でも食うかな。
What? I'm so confused. Why are you guys so calm about all of this? Karamio rolled the map and put it back down on the table before standing and stretching.
お嬢さん、晩ご飯は何を食べたい？
私はカルボナーラがいいです。
We never asked you, Kirie.
お前はお嬢さんじゃねえだろ。
Fuka was deeply confused by how normal the two of them were acting. But what are we going to do about Mr.
放
Axel?
置です。
What?
聞こえませんでしたか？放置すると言ったんです。
But isn't he an important part of the
え
family?
え、彼はオズファミリーの幹部です。客人であるあなたを守ったことも評価します。しかし、それとこれとは別です。
Huh? Do you feel the same way, Mr. Karamio?
アクセルの問題は俺たちファミリーの問題だ。お嬢さんが胸を痛める必要も関わる必要もない。
Okay, so you are worried about Axel, but as the guest, and that's not affiliated with you guys, I'm just kind of there, so you can't tell me I'm not part of this anymore. He's technically a friend now, and I care, okay? You can't just tell me like, oh, you're not affiliated with us, you don't have to care. You don't need to care, we don't need you to care. Well, I care anyway. It's not like you can turn caring on and off.
あいつのことはひとまず忘れてくれ。
No! It's my fault that he's in this situation, so I am involved. How could I? I think I'm going back to my
晩
room.
ご飯は？
I'm not
分かっ
hungry.
た。お嬢さんの分は取り分けておくから腹が減った時にでも食べてくれ。
Her stomach grumbled the moment she made it back to her room. I guess this is what they call playing the martyr. But I can't eat at a time like this. I can't just forget about Mr. Axel. She took off her shoes and lay on the bed. Feeling something underneath, she sat back up. The cookies! Oh, Mr. Axel's cookies. She'd forgotten about them. Both the wrapping and the cookies inside had been crushed. I bet Mr. Axel is hungry. Why did Mr. Karami and Mr. Kirie talk about Mr. Axel like that? She was perplexed and saddened by how they were so much colder and less kind to him than they were to her. If only I hadn't been there, then Mr. Axel wouldn't be. She gulped as a vortex of guilt engulfed her. Mr. Caesar was chasing me, after all. I wonder if I can save Mr. Axel if I go to Mr. Caesar's camp. She shook her head, trying to shed her anxiety that Axel might already be. If I can save Mr. Axel, then I should go find Mr. Caesar. Trade his life for a bag of cookies. Sneaking out of the mansion was even easier than Fuka had thought it would be. Maybe it was because it was Sunday evening, but the town was just as busy as it had been early in the day. If I remember correctly, to get outside, it was a right once I get off Oz Street. She put her hand on the town and remembered the map as she looked around. Right, that way. How do you even plan on saving Axel? Like, what? I finally got out of town. She made quite a few wrong turns, but she'd eventually found her way past the walls. She wondered if everyone lived inside the walls. Even though the town had been so crowded, the area around her was completely deserted. That's the forest Mr. Karami and Mr. Kirie mentioned. She took one of the two streets leading out of town. Once she got over a small hill, she could see a thick patch of forest. She was all alone and going to an unfamiliar place. She'd be lying if she said she wasn't afraid. You can do this, Fuka. She made a fist and cheered herself on. With the breeze from the hill playing with her hair, she began to make her way into the forest. Life or death. The moonlight she'd been relying on earlier was now obstructed by the treetops. The leaves of the trees were in constant motion. Was it the work of beasts or just the wind playing tricks on her? Fuka made her way further into the forest as her eyes acclimated to the darkness. It turned out that even through the canopy, the faint moonlight was still enough to light the way. I can see lamplight, and I hear voices. She didn't know who the voices belonged to. It sounded like several men. Huh? She turned around, startled by the voice behind her. Oh shit. Leader? Do you mean Mr. Caesar? I came to surrender myself to Mr. Caesar. I want to save Mr. Axel and of all the people you run into. A vulgar smile appeared on the man's face as he grabbed Fuka's arm. He dragged her towards the lamplight. She was terrified and wanted to run, but the grip on her arm was so strong that she couldn't get away. About 10 men were sitting around the roaring fire. Instantly, they stopped their drinking and merrymaking to stare at Fuka.
そいつは面白い。早速シーザーさんに伝えないと。
リーダーは朝まで出かけるって話だ。
ああ、そんなことを言ってた気がする。それじゃあ、シーザーさんに渡す前に、俺たちが味見するってのはどうだ？
This is why you don't go empty-handed, Fuka.
やめとけやめとけ。生娘だったらどうすんだ。リーダーに八つ裂きにされるぞ。あいつと一緒に縛っておこうぜ。
Is Mr. Axel?
そう焦るなって。すぐに合わせてやるよ。
She was tugged along by the arm as they cut right in front. Wait, what? Oh, okay. A skinned rabbit was on a spit was cooking over it. The charred mass beside it had probably been a rabbit too once upon a time. The smell of blood and burning flesh made Fuka turn away.
ちっとぐらい構わねえんじゃねえか?
I will boot you in the face! Fuka's probably really innocent here. I'm saying like really mean and violent things. A drunk man reached out and grabbed her calf as she tried to walk by. The sensation of his rough skin against hers sent a chill down her spine, and he probably tripped and fell. Please stop! I will boot you with my other leg and then fall on my ass.
おとなしくスラムの娼婦で我慢しとけ。
そいつは勘弁だ。病気が移ったらどうすんだ。
That's your problem.
リーダーになぶり殺されるよりは病死の方がまだマシだろうよ。
わかったよ。
She felt slightly relieved when he finally let go of her leg. Of course, she couldn't be completely relaxed in her current situation. All she could do was keep walking forward as the hand on her arm dragged her along. The rabbit meat cooking on the fire cracked and popped omnis. Oh my god! That word. I give up. Apparently another word in English I can't pronounce. Meanwhile, just as Kirie was about to step into the kitchen, a soldato stopped him. He told Kirian several reports had arrived before handing him a stack of memos.
こういうことは本当に早いですね。
Kirie took the papers with one hand and dismissed his subordinate with the other. He leaned against the wall and glanced over the pages.
これは勝手気ままなこと。
He put the pages in his pocket and pulled a wine glass from the cabinet and poured himself some water. He wrapped the glass in a silk handkerchief to avoid getting his glove wet.
絡みや九段についてですが。
Nothing answered him but the sound of slow, steady breathing. When he walked over to the sofa, he found Karamiya sleeping soundly. How do you sleep in a situation like this? Kirie sat down on one of the sofa's armrests, taking a sip of water from his glass. Then he slowly tilted the glass over just above Karamiya's sleeping bed. Ah!
おはようございます。食後すぐに眠るとふくよかライオンになりますよ。
お前、もっとソフトな起こし方があるだろう。
No, not when I'm dying.
トマトジュースやミルクを選ばなかっただけ良心的だと思ってほしいものです。
Kirie tossed the handkerchief he'd wrapped around the glass at Karamiya. The Don used it to wipe his face off before glaring back at
想
him.
定通りことは動いているようです。
そうか。状況は
良くもなく悪くもなくですね。私の手腕があればどうにでもなりますけど。
頼りにしてるぜ、キリエ。
ええ、全力は尽くしませんけどね。
Oh, so he had all of it set up? Damn, Kirie, damn.
おと
Never
なしくしてろよ。
underestimate you again.
騒いだって無駄だからな。
Ow. Well, of course it would hurt being captured.
どうしてあんたがここにいる？
Hi! What's up? Hey! Is that my head at the back of his head? I wanted to save you, Mr. Axel, but then they caught me.
何のために逃がしたと思っているんだ？
Yeah, I thought about that, but you know, guilt sucks.
あんたを無事に屋敷に戻すためだぞ。
I did, and then I came back like an idiot. I know that, but both Mr. Karami and Mr. Kirie said they weren't going to help
ボス
you.
たちは間違っていない。当然の判断だ。
But you're a human being too. Please don't say that. Aren't you all close friends? It's my fault this happened to you. I couldn't stand by and do nothing. So I came to talk to Mr. Caesar. I was going to ask him to take me and let you go.
交渉に素直に応じる奴らだと。
Yeah.
本気で思っていたのか。
Yeah, right? That's what I thought, but, you know, she's a headstrong girl and she won't listen.
あ
Well,
んたはバカだ。
I agree.
奴らと接触すればどういう目に遭うか。
Oh, sorry I skipped. I know everything's going to be okay. I was alone in the beginning anyway. Family Oz has done so much for me. I just wanted to bring you home, Mr.
客
Axel.
人。
I have a name.
その発言。僕は認めない。
Well, it doesn't matter if you approve or not, because I'm already in this situation to begin with, so shove it. Huh?
ファミリーは全身全霊で守る。それが規則だ。ゲストである以上、あんたをファミリーと同等に扱えと、ボスに言われている。
Then as a member of the family, I will worry my ass off about you.
あんたは、一人じゃない。
Oh, well, surprisingly nice.
あんたの取った行動は微塵も評価できないが、気持ちは、嬉しく思う。
Oh, thanks, Tsundere Axel. Mr. Axel.
急に騒がしくなったな。
Hey!
キャンプファイヤー楽しそうだな。
Well, we'll save that for the next episode. So thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!